and welcome to another Pro Charts video. Today's video is going to be a little bit about stocks. My name is Lawton Ho here with Verified Investing, and I'm super excited for this episode because we have a lot of juicy things to talk about. That being said, let's hop right into it. Let me go ahead and share my charts and we can just get straight into it. So the S&P put in a great daily topping tail on Friday, right? And the question was, how long would this topping tail hold? We were talking about in the office a little bit, and earlier today, it looked like it was the stocks were on their way up, right? The S&P was going to grind higher, right? The intraday highs there on 722, and the S&P was actually up almost 0.25% on the day. You can see now it's down 0.4%, continuing to head a bit lower off of bad news heading out of the Gulf. But basically, the news that came out was that the war has not stopped, right? That Iran has attacked the UAE's oil fields with drones. So this is super, super, super bearish news for the markets, for anyone thinking that the war would be done anytime soon. We can see something similar in the Qs. Qs had a good push up, actually did not put in a daily topping tail, but this nice red candle coming in off of the kind of bearish news. So the question is whether or not, these levels can hold, if we see a move lower, and how much does the market really care about the war? We saw an initial dip earlier towards the end of March into the beginning of April off of that, the war happening. But the market started to decouple a little bit from that kind of news. A couple more stocks I want to mention to you that are doing things. Oracle, look at this beautiful downsloping parallel channel. Hits here, and then it hits here, and hits here to the downside. But look at this, attempting to break up and out of this downsloping parallel channel. We've been talking about it for a while. Oracle's so beaten up, unlike the rest of the names. I remember when earnings came out and we had a new richest man for a little bit of time, and Oracle went up 43% off of backlogs, right? 43%, had a great pullback, but fell way below those pre-earnings levels, down about 44% the other direction, and has since recovered and is pushing up and has a dividend payout coming in about 43 days. But with this nice push up, the question is, where are we looking at next resistance? For me, there's a pivot high here from 189-ish, just from Wednesday the 22nd. And let's say it continues to push up higher. You have the psychological 200 level, an additional pivot high above 208. 4 additional levels that you're kind of expecting a pullback at on Oracle. But remember, downsloping parallel channel, how do you play that? You go long on a breakout or a push up and a retrace, and then you go long on the retrace, looking for a move higher. Another stock, high flyer. Look at Intel, guys. Intel, absolutely insane push up off of earnings, right? Great push up. Question is, where are we going to find resistance? Where is this going to go? And that $100 level, at least intraday, has provided some good resistance. But let's say we break that $100 level. Where can we find next resistance? We'll have this nice trend line connecting the previous highs from the 14th of December to the previous highs of the 2020. Bring a trend line approximately around, and I'll extend this a little further out. Switch this to the daily. I was just using the weekly to demonstrate where it's coming from, but a move up to around the 110 level, right? So about 10 to 11% higher. That's where the next solid level of resistance. One thing about things at all-time highs, it's you don't have a lot of previous price data. So you're using trend lines, fibs, you're using psychological levels to kind of determine, okay, where is the next likely place Intel will pull back. So that's how I found that level on Intel. A couple more stocks for you today. SanDisk, look at this. I really thought this would be it for SanDisk. A great level of potential resistance. And SanDisk did have earnings on Thursday, right? And actually opened lower. It was down about 3.6%. Had a huge surge up from those intraday lows, a 12% bounce. And look at this thing continue to go. The level of resistance for me was this third hit of this upsloping trend line connecting its highs from the 25th of November to the previous all-time highs in the 3rd of February, basically to where price was today, where price opened up today. So I thought this was a do or die, right? The question is, will SanDisk confirm above this line, or will it come back down? Will it close below? That's what I'm watching on SanDisk today, because right? Because let's say you come down and actually, and we've seen this many times, we push up, everything's good, but towards the end of the day, you start to see these profit takers come in. And then when the profit takers come in, let's say you get a close here or even a close red, that would, for me, signal the potential top on SanDisk. Let's say it continues higher. Where's the next level of resistance on SanDisk? Let's say this trend line isn't quite working. Well, then you're looking probably around the $1,300 level for resistance. There should be a good amount of profit takers there because it's a nice whole round psychological level that people might look to take profits on a stock that's up. See this insane move from its lows in November. It's up over 584%. Totally normal, right? Totally normal price action there. A couple more stocks to talk about. eBay, nice push up on eBay, and this is coming off of news that GameStop had offered to purchase eBay at $125 per share, right? Using cash and GameStop stock. So, I mean, you're expecting, let's say that goes through. Where is your level of resistance? 125. Until this, let's say this deal is announced that it's pushing through or taken off the table, I love this 125 level for resistance there on eBay. You're expecting this kind of move up 6% today. Why? Because the offer was so much higher, right? Than the previous listing price was actually about 20% higher, right? But of course, people are thinking, well, why would they do that, right? Why would they purchase eBay for significantly higher? But you have to read the details. 50% cash and 50% GameStop stock. And you can see GameStop is, from the beginning of the year into that announcement, was up 33%. 33% from the start of the year, basically, right? So this pullback on GameStop is also expected with that announcement. Okay. The last stock I want to talk about is Micron. And Micron, this thing has been a beast. Up about 7% today. At its highs, intraday highs, was up around 9.5%, almost. Right now, the question is, all right, well, where is the next resistance? Do we have to draw trend lines? Going back so far? Nope. That's too close. Then we go, okay, how about this previous all-time high connected to this previous all-time high? And that creates a very steep trend line, which would be up around 700, right? And we know that 700 is a good psychological level, but do I think Micron is going to go up in a straight line to 700? No, but I think you could find resistance there. For me, I really like this $600 psychological level, and you guys have heard me talk a little bit about this. But what I'm watching more than anything are these kind of upsloping trend lines. Should MU break this, look how overextended it is. Should this upsloping trend line break, I think we could easily see a fall down to the 400 region target on Micron if that were to break. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. It really helps us continue giving you guys awesome free content, and helps us understand and know what things you like and what things you don't like as much. Right. With that being said, have a great rest of your day, guys, and happy Monday. Bye, guys.